So the question we were asked for this event was, what is our vision of the future of Cape Breton? Which is kind of hard to explain in pictures. But what we did for our project was take pictures of places that we believe need development or will be developed in the future of Cape Breton. Yeah, I'll let him talk about his pictures
Yeah, we
first.
split it into two separate projects, as you will. Both like separate ideas, but both
Very
centered
related.
around the same concept. So, for the on the left side, you'll see the roads. That's two like undeveloped roads around my house where I do live, and I actually had a near-death experience there one time. Classic. But anyway, what it represents is for what I really think to be the artistic like cap of what we can do in Cape Breton. We need an active community along with just things to do. So we could just take all the undeveloped land that we have, because we have a lot of land in Cape Breton, you know. Yeah.
It's okay. This is his first time getting up in front of people, and I'm pretty jittery myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll talk for a minute, take some pressure off. So the two pictures that I did are the two on the right there. The one on the bottom is Maplewood Drive. Or Drive? Where's Mitch Bailey at? Drive?
Maplewood Drive.
Maplewood Drive? Yeah, Maplewood Drive, which is a really cool spot for our friend group because it actually just happened to, when it was paved, connect two of our friends' houses together, or create a shortcut. So that kind of has a little sentimental value for my friends. So I'd really like to see that place develop, because ever since it was paved, there wasn't a single house, or well, there's one house at the top of the street. The rest of it's free. So go build your houses on Maplewood. And the other picture there is an area where a building had just been recently knocked down in Glace Bay. I honestly can't remember what it was for, between CIBC and the Harvest House, which itself really needs development. And the whole downtown Glace Bay, really. And also, for a while now, I've had this project to create a free wall for street artists and graffiti artists to display their work. And I think that would be an amazing spot right there on the side of that building. So those are why I chose these photos to represent the future of Cape Breton. This is what I see.
All right. Hey guys, my name is Matthew Ingraham. I did this photo series with the help of the mentorship of Corey Katz. He gave us some more updated skills. I'm a photographer as myself and a filmmaker, as you guys heard in my bio, but he gave us some good tips on some basic photography skills, so I learned from that. And I didn't know what I was going to do for this project, but when the fog rolled in like a few nights before the deadline was happening, I thought it was a good opportunity to take that perspective of my youth, where I was depressed and kind of unclear of where I was going with my life. So I chose these. When Corey was teaching the workshop, he mentioned storytelling with photos. So I used the roadways and the lake streams to represent a pathway to the future. And the lights on the pathways are kind of a glimmer of hope that represents the future of Cape Breton. And I hope that we can get past the fog eventually and make something good of this island as a community in the creative sector.
All right, so you see this picture. It was, this was recently written down on Prince Street in case anybody's noticed. And I'm not going to read it, but I do want to get into its message. There's a certain, it's negative, but I want to help us understand it. And when I look at it, I see two sides to what it's written down. And one side is the meaningful one, the other one could be pointless. Somebody could be very serious and written that down in response to their experience in Cape Breton, or maybe they wrote it down for fun. There's also the way it's written. You could see maybe somebody wrote that down just before they left Cape Breton, and that's their message. Or they could write that down because they're stuck in Cape Breton and they're trying to find a way to get out, and they don't have the means to do that. There are also, the person who wrote it down probably doesn't like the way things are in Cape Breton, its current state, and he or she probably wanted people to notice the message. It's right there, even for tourists to walk by and see, or maybe he just wrote it down just there because that's where he was at the time. And yeah, one thing is that the person who wrote this down is dissatisfied with the state Cape Breton currently is, and the main thing to get out of this is that things need to be changed, and that's what I see out of this message. And then this is my actual photography project. It's a bunch of litter on the ground, and for my story, me, my brother and sister, each week we rotate off and on to clean up a parking lot behind our apartment for the landlord, and he pays us for it. And each week we get about 1 to 2 shopping bags full of trash and litter that blows in or just gets littered right there. And I find if we keep doing that every week, there must be a lot of garbage going on the ground every week. So I don't think we can keep up with that. And so I try to look for people who are trying to pick up, and I know ACAP has recently hired people called trash formers, and kudos to them for helping out to pick up garbage. And there are also some few individuals who go around, but in the large prospect, there are not enough people, I find, picking up garbage from the ground. And if you look at this first one on the left, this place is the railroad between Prince Street and Townsend Street, and between those two spaces, there's so much garbage that it's practically a landfill site. I could move the camera just over and you'd see even more garbage. And these two on the left are just some things on the ground, and the one on the bottom are cups. And that is the project that I did in the back with all the photos. Mine were all cups on the ground. I just try to, like on a sunny day, just take a picture of cups and make them look fashionable. Yeah, that's it.